We're back again for another episode of Loving in Reality to discuss Married at First Sight Nashville Decision Day.
All but one. We know the decisions of all but one couple. I don't know why MAFS did that, but here we are. Whatever. It is what it is. They're dragging this season out for whatever reason. I don't know.
And why they chose this cast to do that with, I don't know.
I know, because there's been other more interesting casts where you wanted to be like, what's going to happen next? This is not it. People have been waiting for this to end.
Yes.
People have been like, when is it going to end?
This is probably, I've only been watching since season 9, I think. But this is the worst season.
It's just the same stuff over and over again. And it's starting to become like super scripted. Like the more you watch it, I feel like a lot of it is just like fake. And they're especially creating certain scenarios, and the couples are just saying what the experts want them to say. Like it doesn't feel authentic.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know what that scene was where those guys came in all of a sudden. They had mics on. You could hear exactly what they were saying and everything.
Last week?
Yeah, like how were they mic'd up?
What that was about. Also, that place was very empty. Like they were just, this group just happened to be there.
Yeah, you could tell that
group
was a setup for whatever reason. I have no idea, but that was a setup. Like they were trying to create something from that.
That was very ridiculous.
And how they just kept talking to each other. I was like,
okay, man, this ain't even realistic. Those men would not be in wherever they are at right now.
Yeah, that was just, and it was just like the perfect amount of men to women ratio. I'm just like, what is this?
I don't know what that was. Oh, MAFS.
And everybody was quick to snitch on Jasmine. Jasmine was talking. Jasmine, I was like, God dang.
No, they were saying someone was talking to her. But she was talking.
Well, to me, it seemed like they were saying it was some conversation, not like she shut it down. Like Kirsten, she shut it down. You could tell she wasn't interested. There was no continuous conversation, but like Jasmine was talking. They were talking to each other.
Oh, yeah. I thought they were just like, but there was a man out there showing Jasmine some attention. That attention she ain't getting at home.
Yeah. I just know my husband would have not appreciated that at all. Like, nope, definitely not. And the vice versa.
Nicole was quick to say they were married.
I know, but Nicole also kind of made her husband seem like kind of lame. Not on purpose. I feel like she just did it on accident.
Yeah.
I was like, just stop talking.
Right. Nicole, go sit down, Nicole. I didn't like that she was saying, well, not some of these women might be divorced. And she like pointed towards, did you catch that part?
I didn't see who, I thought she spun, but I didn't know she pointed towards anybody. I couldn't tell.
Or maybe she didn't point, gestured, looked like she was looking at Jasmine, which I guess, sure, but still rude.
I mean, yeah, unless Jasmine had already straight up told them that she was going to say no.
Oh, maybe, yeah, we didn't see that part.
Yeah, because I think they try to hide, if they do reveal, if they're going to say yes or no, they're not going to show it on camera. They'll try to edit that out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad Jasmine said no, though.
I am, too.
That was very weird, though, that little argument they had at the end. I'm like, bruh, it's over.
I thought she was going to say yes, but I'm very glad she said no.
Yeah, I thought she was going to say yes. And I really wish, in these situations, I always wish the guys would have went first. Like in this situation, I wish Eris would have went first. Because I want to know.
I wanted Jasmine to go first. Because if Eris would have said yes, Jasmine would have, I wonder if she would have said yes.
But I wonder if he would have said yes if she wouldn't have said no.
Oh, no, I don't think so. Eris was going to say no.
That. Well, maybe, because at the end, he was still talking about the, like, sex.
Eris was going to say no.
Like, did you hear what he said after they? Yeah. I was like, what?
Yeah. That's why when he said that, I was like, he was going to say no. I don't think it had anything to do with Jasmine's answer.
Yeah, I mean, like she said, he would have found something anyway. Like,
like he just made up something saying she don't love herself. Where did that come from?
Exactly. I think he doesn't know how to say things properly. I think what he wants is a more dominant female is what he wants. And her being like modest and maybe passive and just like he said all these things, like she created a peaceful home, like she's not argumentative, like she's not.
He wants someone toxic.
He wants someone toxic. That's what he wants. And he feels like her not standing up for herself in the way that I guess maybe a girl with an attitude would have been like, F you if you don't think this way about me, or,
Mm-hmm.
had an attitude, that means that she doesn't love herself because she's not going to have an attitude about how you feel about her.
Mm-hmm.
So that was his issue. He wants somebody that what did Cardi say? You got to argue with him because he likes to talk to chick. That's what he wants.
Now that Jasmine, that's just not Jasmine.
No, it's not. So
Yeah.
if he wants somebody that's like going to argue and throw things and fight and all this other kind of stuff, yeah, he need to go. I don't know what kind of marriage that is, but he need to go somewhere else to find that.
Yeah. I am a little annoyed though that he kind of acted like towards the end that he would say yes.
I think they all kind of do that. I think
Yeah.
it's like I think they make them do that for like the dramatics of the show.
I didn't like it. He's just one of those guys that, oh, they're very confusing and
Yeah.
inconsistent. Like one week they're all lovey-dovey, the next they're like, eh.
Yeah, I mean that's what she was saying. Like he's super hot and cold.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
I'm
very glad.
surprised they slept in the same bed that whole time.
I know.
That's crazy. And I feel
Yeah.
like if I was Jasmine, that would have bothered me more. Like we're sleeping in the same bed and nothing.
Yeah, I'm not sharing this little tiny bed with you if nothing's happening. That
Exactly.
bed is small.
And nothing. Like what is this?
I'm most
That's
certainly
weird.
not share that bed.
Mm-mm.
I hate sharing a bed.
No, I wouldn't have done that. I guess there's no surprise that Gina and Clint said no.
I can't stand Gina. I don't like Gina. I don't.
I feel like I don't like the way that Gina was, but I feel like they both kind of like aggravated me because they just kept pointing the finger at each other kind of when it came to like making that initiative. Like she's like he's not doing this and he's like, well, she's not giving me the signals, and it's like, well, he's not. So they're just at a stalemate because they're going to keep saying like, oh, he's not, she's not, he's not, she's not, she's
It
not,
was
he's
all
not.
she's not. This was all Gina. Gina
I
is the
get
reason this did not work.
I get why Clint was hesitant, though. I feel like, I mean,
Yeah.
because he had owned up to not really putting forth much husband effort, but I could see why because she wasn't very like open.
Well, I
I
mean, the
guess.
woman didn't want to move in there. Told him that she was not attracted to him. I mean, I'm confused.
Yeah, and I don't get that whole attraction thing between them. That's weird too.
Clint's attracted to Gina. He is.
Yeah, I
He's just
think.
doing that because of the energy he's getting from Gina.
Yeah, and I think that, and I feel like, although I wouldn't blame him, I feel like that was a part of the problem too because she was looking for, like any woman is looking for the man to like. He never complimented her on the way she looked ever. Like if she was wearing something nice, like nothing. So I feel like that kind of fed into it as well. Because
Yeah.
she's commented on how he looked before, like his hair or his clothes or something. Even though she's also said some not nice things, but she said some things like that. But he's never said any of those types of things.
I guess, but how do we know that he hasn't?
Well, I guess on camera he's never said it.
I don't know. I just feel like Gina did not take any accountability for the reason things were the way they were. She kept saying he didn't do this, he didn't do that. Well, Gina, I mean, you didn't really give him much of an opening to do any of those things.
Right. She wasn't very welcoming.
No. And if he would have done those things, you probably would have been all cringy about it. Like, I don't know. She just does not like Clint. And
It's
I wish
really
she would just
weird.
say that rather than like putting it all on him.
But even like small things, like I thought it was really weird how before he left, before decision day, they gave each other a hug.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you guys, why are you giving each other a hug now? You never do that. But everything was so trivial. Even something small as giving a hug was a trivial thing. Like that's exhausting. It had to have been.
Yeah.
Especially in Tennessee. Like everybody gives everybody a hug. Hey, Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, the South. People give each other hugs when they see each other. Like you don't have to be in a personal relationship with somebody to give them a hug. So I don't understand some of the things that she was uncomfortable with.
Or the things that she doesn't like. It's funny, a lot of the things she doesn't like about him are things that a lot of
Are
like the other
likable.
cast members like about him.
Yeah, like his likable traits she doesn't like.
Yeah. You just don't like that man. And that's okay, but don't like put it all on him.
And that after show drama that's supposed to be going on with them and that dang dog, like what is that about? That
I don't
seems
know what
fake.
that was about.
That seems super fake.
Clint is not about to do all that.
Exactly.
He
That
is
seems
too
super
easygoing of a person.
fake. I was like, what is this storyline that they're trying to create for no reason?
I rolled my eyes so hard. I think that's when I turned it off. I was like, y'all will not, because I like Clint. I have a soft spot for him. Y'all are not about to make him out to be a villain here.
Exactly. He's not trying to take the dog. Y'all live in the same apartment. You should
Right.
just be glad that somebody can watch your dog for free. What are you talking
Also, he
about?
looked quite handsome. Decision day.
Oh yeah.
Look at you in this suit.
I feel like they could have at least complimented each other. Like, I don't know. They're just weird. They're
I
so
didn't even
weird.
see that part. I skipped right on to the. Yeah, I didn't see them like walking up to the couch
Yeah,
and sitting
no, they
down.
didn't. They didn't say anything about how each other looked. Nothing. Weird. Weird.
Well, they're just friends, I guess.
But even
There's
your friends,
that.
you say you compliment them. They never compliment each
But you
other.
know what? I think for people, I don't know how true this is. Some people are like, I just don't like compliments don't come naturally to them, like giving them. I think that's a little strange. But
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
is.
I that's
I wonder
I
why.
hope I don't know.
Like they don't think about
No,
like those things they
they
don't think
just
about
don't
or things
think
they
to
don't
say
say.
it.
Oh, because I'm like sometimes like you see people and be like, oh, that's a nice shirt or that's a nice hairstyle. You don't always say it, but I feel
Yeah,
like someone that you know, it would be easy to just be like, oh, I like your shoes. Like, how hard is that to someone that you
yeah.
know?
Like it's like men who don't always compliment their wives. I mean, there are women who complain about that all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
I would hope that their husbands truly do think they look nice.
Hmm.
No,
Yeah, I guess that's true though.
I don't know. It's weird.
Maybe
I
they're
think
just not used
it's
to it because it didn't happen to them, so they don't
that
know
could
how to
be it.
model. They don't
Yeah.
know how to model that behavior because they didn't receive it.
Yeah, like I love words of affirmation, but other people don't need it and they just don't give it. Gina looked very pretty though. I love that dress.
Yeah,
That
that's
color
what I'm
on her looks
saying.
good.
Was it Dr. Pepper was like, "Wow, Gina," and Clint was just like, "What's up?"
Yeah, she looked nice. I was not a fan of Jasmine's dress. I was like, girl, what you got on?
It didn't
All
look
this
like it fit.
sequins.
It didn't fit right, like
Yeah, and
especially the
then
top.
that little thing at the that little sheer part, what was
Yeah,
supposed to be sheer.
I think my favorite was probably Nicole's dress.
Oh,
I liked
Nicole looked
it.
amazing.
Yeah, I love
Nicole
that
looked
dress.
amazing.
I like that dress. So I think that was my favorite dress. Oh, and Gina and Mac. They're still pushing this. I don't understand.
I have no comment.
I feel like they deserve each other. At first, I was rooting for Mac, but I feel like you're gonna DM somebody's wife. That's grimy. I don't like you.
He just want to be on that show. That's all. Oh, y'all are
Like,
doing a little after thing? After the decision thing?
I just feel like if I was interested in Gina and then he wants to be Clint's friend at the same time, that was messed up.
Mm-mm. He just want to be on TV. He moved to Nashville to be on the show. He was going to find a way to stay on the show.
Yeah, maybe Dominique was on to something that we didn't
She
see.
was not.
I
She was not.
was like about Mac not being a good person.
I don't think she was on to that at all. She just was.
She's just as bad.
Yeah.
I mean, no surprise Nicole and Chris said yes, even though Nicole was agging this man to death.
I don't know. I was like, Chris, actually, he might say no now.
He might pull it Alexis like after she said yes, she was like, never mind. He immediately started getting on her nerves.
Chris is, I just wonder how long he'll be able to put up with it. I really am wondering.
I'm thinking maybe decision day is like her confirmation.
I don't know. I feel like people like that, they're always going to find something
I mean, that is true.
that they
Hopefully
need to
she'll
see.
listen to what he said and not and chill out. But I mean, obviously she has a very insecure attachment style, like super, very, very insecure, fear of abandonment, all that. Like we
Mm-hmm.
can tell that right away. So maybe she'll deal with that, or maybe he'll have more patience as he knows that that's something that she has to deal with. I don't know.
I worry too that he could, and I hope things don't get to this point, but if they were to get pretty bad, that he would just stay. Because I think he'd be scared of how she would react,
I feel like
like
people
what it would
don't
do to
give
her.
Chris that much credit. Like people act like Chris is just like this little child that can't think for himself and like he has no backbone at all. I feel like he knows his limits. I feel like he does put up with things, but
Yeah.
I think he knows his limits where he's not gonna just continue to stay. I think so.
I hope not.
I think so. Because everybody keeps talking about, oh, don't do this and don't be a people pleaser. Don't just say whatever. I feel like I mean, and there are some people out there that don't mind saying yes to their spouses because they truly do not care. Like if that's what you want to do, I truly do not care. We could do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like people mistake that for, oh, you're just a pushover, when it's like, I don't care enough to say anything about it. If you want to wear pink shirts, I could care less what shirt I wear. I will wear the pink shirt. So I think like there's like people don't think about that other aspect to it. Like if he didn't want to do it, then he won't. The only time where I'm like, where he might have shown that was when they did the dinosaur thing. When I was like, okay, you should have said no if you didn't really want to do that.
It was so funny. This was her idea. This was her idea.
So maybe that part was a little concerning, but I feel like other than that, I feel like he'll say no if it's something he really doesn't want to do. Hopefully.
Hopefully. But yes, they both said yes. Hopefully they can find a place to stay.
I don't know why they would have agreed to continue filming.
Yeah, like, I really don't care to. If I were a part of the experiment or the show, I wouldn't even want to do that because I would want to get to our lives without the cameras.
Yeah, because that's what they kept preaching. Yeah, they kept talking about it. Even Pastor Cal, outside of the cameras, outside of this, are you gonna let them have a chance?
Right. Like I need y'all to leave.
Yeah, I don't know. All this fake drama.
Yeah, maybe that's why the episodes were shorter. They're like, well, we're giving y'all more.
We didn't ask for more.
Not at all. We can just give us the 2-hour episodes back
with actual content in it. Like I don't know
like
the editing team.
Decision Day could have been 2 hours, and we could have gotten through all of this.
Exactly. Like, why would you cut off the last person?
That made me so mad.
I do not like Shaq. He's so annoying, and I'm not saying like it's like, oh, he's needy. He's exhausting.
He is. No, Shaq's annoying.
Like he's exhausting. Like
he seems like he is very difficult to please. You know,
yes.
He's one of those acts of service people who it's very hard to please them because they want you to please them a certain particular way.
Right.
And if you're not doing it that exact way
or exact timing or anything. Because he met her dad and he's like, now I'm thinking, what took so long?
Exactly.
Because first of all, my dad is his own person, right? I can't control who he wants to see and who he doesn't. I can't control if he would rather work than see you. That has nothing to do with me.
No, not at all.
I was like, why is he judging his relationship with his wife based off of what her dad wants to meet him or not?
It's so strange. And he kept calling her family weird. I was like, what is wrong with him?
I was like, who are you marrying? And then it kind of clicked for me when he was like, he said he met her dad and he's like, okay, I can see him as a father figure. Are you looking for a father or are you looking for a wife?
I don't know. That's odd. I thought the whole thing was odd.
I was like, what does that have to do? I'm not judging my husband off of him and how close he and his family are. What does that got to do with us?
Yeah. He was getting on my nerves.
If family is something you value, then that's what you instill in your family that you are creating with your wife.
Right.
Like you can't be like, oh, family is something I value. Your family's not close. Oh, no, that's it. If you want a close family, create a close family.
Yeah. I didn't like that. He was being way too judgy about her family. That wasn't cool.
Yeah, and then he was like super impressed by small things. Oh, like her dad was in there cooking his granddaughter some food. His granddaughter. How was that like surprising? I was like, why are we emphasizing the dad cooking the granddaughter? My dad does that all the time.
But I guess, like you said, maybe he didn't see that growing up. So I guess he's not used to men doing stuff like that and being that present.
So I would start thinking more about like, what is this with him and my dad? Like, what is he trying to have? Like, what does he think that this is? Like, what? Like, I know he's very big on mentorship, but bro, I don't need you trying to come into the marriage to have a dad. Like, you need to be trying to come into the marriage to have a wife.
A wife. Shaq he would get on my nerves.
For real.
I want you to be more supportive about my endeavors, about school, about Shaq. I cannot.
Like, exactly. Why does she have to go to school? Why does she have to go to? I mean, I can see if he's having like this big presentation. Okay, that's cool. But like, what? Are you graduating? Was it your graduation that she missed?
Shaq is just. And she likes him now.
Yeah.
She really likes him. Which I am very shocked by.
Maybe, sometimes that connection, that sexual, once you let that go, everything else follows. Maybe
I'm
that's what she
wondering
knew.
how that was because they just kind of after he
I don't know. He just
after
didn't.
he announced it at the table, the
He
way
didn't
he said that
seem.
at the table just tickles me to death.
Yeah.
Kristen and
Just
I had consummated our marriage.
the fact that he used consummated, I don't like that either.
Why do you say it like that
I
though?
don't
So
know.
rhythmic.
I
Kristen and
don't
I.
know. What do they say? It seemed like he got a little sugar in his tank. I don't
It
know
really
about.
does. Really does.
I don't know, but if you like it, I love it, girl.
Yeah, like the thought is just gross. Like the
Mm-mm.
way he went in for that kiss that one day, I was like,
With
oh,
the strawberries?
yes. You ready? You ready? You ready?
That was too much. I was like, oh my god.
It was so uncomfortable. Ugh.
Mm-hmm. I mean, of course, it's just like his mannerisms too, you know. But
Yeah.
I feel like him and Jasmine would have been a good match though.
Somebody said that. They're like, I wonder if he's gonna go slide it into Jasmine's DM.
It don't look like it. Jasmine looks like she got a new man already.
And, I'm glad. I'm going back to Jasmine and Eris. I'm glad that Jasmine did not let that whole thing with Eris like diminish her self confidence in the way she views herself.
Yeah. I thought, I heard a comment about, I didn't hear a comment. I saw a comment where someone said she got her teeth fixed.
I heard that too.
I was like, huh. I wonder
I
why
mean,
she did that. Like all of a sudden at 30 something.
I would have got that done a very long time ago.
I mean, she's been doing all these pageants just fine.
Yeah.
Unless she wears pageant teeth,
What is that?
where they wear like fake teeth on top of their teeth,
I have
like a
never
mouth
heard of that.
guard.
Wow.
Yeah.
But she also smiles in a way where you can't see her bottom teeth.
True.
I feel like she smiles and talks in a way where
No, that's the thing. She talks in a way where you can. She's like one of those people that
can you?
like
Oh, I guess I
where
just
she
never.
like drops her lip sometimes when she says things.
Uh-huh.
Like those girls that be like, like where you drop your lip. I don't know.
I guess I wasn't paying. I will say I was very in and out of this season.
Yeah,
So
true.
I don't know.
I can't blame you because it wasn't going nowhere.
They're not the most exciting bunch. Like nothing they did was fun. It
Mm-mm.
was just
But they also didn't really do a lot either.
yeah.
Like when Clint said that, when he was like he's like adventurous and outdoorsy, and they really didn't do a lot of stuff, and he felt like he was losing himself. Even though
Mhm.
Gina was like, "Well, you never asked me," I was like, I could understand why he would feel that because they didn't. Like nobody
Yeah.
did. It was very like everybody was at home or eating dinner at a restaurant. So for someone that's like Clint, that's been very outdoorsy and expressed that from day one, I'm sure he was probably miserable. Like he's
Yeah.
used to going outside, he's used to sailing, he's used to like hiking, he's used to like doing all these things, being very active
I
to
guess
just like barely doing anything.
yeah, he should have taken Gina to the gym. Doesn't
I
he
would
like athletic? He likes athletic women. Gina says she
I think
works out all the time.
I think he meant like going like hiking or whatever else that they do
Yeah,
outside.
that was so funny. Gina was, but she said, "Do did she say she does CrossFit?"
Did
No,
she say CrossFit?
she didn't say CrossFit.
I thought she just said
Um,
I work out. But honestly, working out and being athletic is not the same thing.
Gina said, "I am athletic."
Like just because you work out does not mean that you're an athlete. But okay. All right, so now that we've talked about all that, we're on to part two where we finally got to see Shaq's decision, which I guess we were all anticipating that he was going to say no just from what he was saying prior. I
Hmm.
have mixed feelings about him saying no, honestly. I don't know.
I don't like Shaq. That's all I
I
have to
mean,
say.
I
Don't
was
like
like
him.
upset. I was kind of upset about him saying no because I was just like, that's messed up. But at the same time, I don't feel like they should be together. I feel like I'm just feel bad for Kirsten. I don't feel like
Yeah,
they should be together, but I just feel bad for Kirsten.
Yeah, because she was starting to fall for him.
Yeah, and I know if it was me and I was in her shoes, I would be super pissed, especially after like not wanting to do anything with him intimately, and then I mean, like intimacy wise, and then
Hmm.
going ahead and sharing that sexual intimacy. I'd have been like,
I
dang.
wonder how it was.
I mean,
They
she
never
sure
really like.
changed her ways after it, so I'm thinking it was to her liking.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel bad. I would feel kind of embarrassed too. Because I remember like the night before how she was like, don't leave. Oh, I'm so going to miss you. So that's from that interaction. I just felt like, okay, maybe they are, feeling each other, like falling for each other. Maybe it's like a real like couple thing. I feel like he
Uh-huh.
led her on a little bit more.
Yeah. Towards the end.
Yeah.
Oh, he seems like he is very hard to please.
Oh, definitely. I don't know what kind of wife he's actually looking for. Like, I don't
Yeah.
see how he would say like she wasn't there for him. I feel like maybe there's something that we're missing from that.
I don't
Like,
really know what else she did. He seems annoyed that she, I guess, wasn't supporting him in the way he wanted her to support him. It didn't matter that she was supporting him
yeah.
because it wasn't the
I just
way he
wonder.
wanted it to be, whatever that means.
Yeah, I was like, I just wonder what way is that? Like, what way was he looking to have support? I don't think that
To
was very
literally be right by
clear.
his side at all times, maybe. I just,
I'm
but
like,
that's
I
not
don't.
realistic.
Yeah, like she has her own life, she has her own career, she has her own things. She can't control what
Mhm.
her family does or does not do. She can't control who her family does or does not want to meet. Like he got a little offended when her brother was supposed to come over with her mom for dinner, and he said he had to work instead. So I don't
Exactly.
understand how any of that had to do with Kirsten at all.
It had nothing to do with it.
And I feel like that would be kind of stressful. Like I know from the other end of that with my family and like my husband being more of like an introverted person, and they're like, "Oh, why doesn't he come out and do this? Why does he come?" That's like a lot of pressure. Like I don't want to have to force or keep asking someone to do something. It's up to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if I was Kirsten, that would have been exhausting. Kind of like playing the middleman between two people in a situation that you can't control.
Yeah. Yeah. He's hard to please and judgy.
Yeah,
He said that he didn't make that decision until like right before decision day
which is
or
also
the day
odd.
of decision day, whatever.
I don't know. I feel like you know or you don't know at that point. And honestly, if I was them, I probably feel like I wouldn't know. Unless there was something like catastrophically wrong going on, like in the case of like Jasmine and
Hmm.
Eris, I don't think I would say no. Because I
Yeah, I
feel
would
like
just say
when,
yes and see where it goes.
yeah, because after the cameras and stuff are gone, that's like when real life hits. And that's when you can really get to know each other outside of like an experimental, like controlled, like, oh, you have to do this at this time, you got to go on this
Hmm.
date, it like type of environment. So unless it was something like there is absolutely no chemistry, there's no attraction, there's no nothing outside of that, I feel like I would have said yes.
Yeah, like it would have to be pretty big to say no. Because I mean, we're already married, so why not just stay married and see what happens?
But I
But
could see
yeah,
she was pissed. Like she was pissed at
she
him. Like,
was. I don't blame her. Because like you said, I think she was blindsided.
yeah, I don't think she actually thought he would say no.
Mm-mm.
And
Also, he looked crazy. Did you like that suit?
no, I was like, what is this with different
It,
colors?
it reminded me of like a clown suit.
Because he's a clown. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all. And Dr. Pepper, if that's the cow, their reaction.
They always react like that when people say no. Like, I can't believe this. I'm completely blindsided. As you
They
should be,
seem
because where you been?
right. They seem so hurt. I'm like, why y'all look more hurt than
The
Kirsten?
couple.
Kirsten's just like, okay.
Yeah, I feel like she was probably just kind of numb in that moment. Like I said, I would have been pissed if I finally. And some people say, oh, it took her too long to open up and blah,
Did
blah,
it though?
blah. I don't
I feel
think
like it
so.
didn't take that long.
I don't think so either. Like, was she supposed to just come out the gate like, yeah, let's get it on, let's get into it, blah, blah, blah. I feel like she could have kissed him. Like, I feel like that would have been okay. Like a kiss or a hug or whatever. But
Yeah,
I
I
wouldn't say
feel
she
like
took too long to open
no,
up.
I feel like her progression was pretty normal for someone who wasn't attracted at all.
Yeah, and for someone that I didn't know.
Yeah, I don't think it took that
So
long.
I don't know. I don't know exactly what it was with them, but I feel like they were like the most disappointing.
Mhm.
I
She
think it's
packed
the
up her
first.
stuff quick.
Yeah, she was like, I don't even want to see him. Is this the first time someone said yes and the other person says no?
I don't
In a
think so.
while. I mean, in a while. I'm like trying to think of the last few seasons. Has it been where someone said yes and the other person said no?
Taylor and
Brandon, that was the last one.
mhm.
That was the last
Yeah,
one
I
I
guess so.
remember.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess New Orleans, they both said no. What was the one after New Orleans? Oh, Atlanta.
yeah.
Mm.
I don't know if Paige said yes. I can't remember.
I don't know what Paige said.
I can't remember. I don't think they got
Just
to
that
that. I think Chris made a whole spectacle of the situation that they didn't even get to that point. And like
that whole thing was
she
ridiculous. Yeah,
left
because
with him because he was like,
no,
"Let's
he said
go."
yes. Remember?
Oh yeah. And
Right?
she didn't. Did she say anything?
I think she was just very conflicted and confused.
Yeah, I remember him like throwing a fit, and then she left with him. He's like, "Let's go" or something, and she left with him or something like that. And the experts were like, "What the?"
That was the last straw for Dr. Viviana. Was that her last season?
Mm-mm. She did she did the Chris and what's her name? Allison, Alyssa. Oh, what's her
Oh,
name?
Boston. That was her
Yeah,
last
yeah,
straw.
Boston. Alyssa. Was it Alyssa? What was her name?
Yeah, her name. That
Okay.
was her.
Yeah, she was fed up with Alyssa. Fed up. She was done. But I don't know. After that, I don't really understand the storyline that they're trying to push. I don't understand this whole Mac and Gina, and why does everybody know but Clint? I felt bad for him. He was like, "Huh?" Like no one told him what was up.
That really wasn't cool. I didn't like that they were doing that. Or
And
really
why would she
Nicole.
do it in his face?
Yeah, that wasn't cool.
I thought he like knew about it because Mac has been in his face like a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
thought it was
wasn't.
very disrespectful.
I don't know why she did that, but I don't know
I
why they're
mean,
trying to push that either.
was he like sitting there like, I don't care, I don't mind.
No, I think he was just sitting there looking around like confused, like not knowing what was going on.
Poor Clint.
But I mean, I guess he was a good sport about it. He didn't get like upset.
I feel like Clint has been a very good sport this entire season.
Hmm.
This entire season. So he went off that one time in the beginning and then never again.
Yeah.
He just let Gina talk about him. He just nodded and was like, okay, yeah, no, you're right. Yeah,
I think it was kind of awkward Dom being there. She seemed like she did not want to be there at
at
all.
all. At all.
Like,
She's like, yeah, I got a dog. All right, y'all, I gotta go.
yeah. After she got a dog after not wanting Max to have a dog. He was pissed. I could tell like he's still kind of upset and hurt by that whole situation with her.
Why are we looking at houses with him? Like, I don't care. We do not care.
I guess he's trying to prove
Matt.
that he really was just waiting for a wife, which makes sense. I always thought that too. Like if I was in that situation, it's so much work to have to be like, okay, where are we gonna live? Whose house? I gotta sell my house if I buy a house or whatever. So I can understand why he was like, I'm just gonna live in my friend's basement until I decide where we're gonna stay at. I mean, I guess it doesn't look good, but yeah.
Yeah. Mac, we didn't care. You didn't have to prove, you really didn't need to prove anything to us. But good for you, I guess.
Um, but yeah, that's nothing's really going on with them. They just trying to make it seem like it's something that is not.
Yeah. Heirs being heirs. You got any friends?
And then he gonna have the nerve to say, "I don't care what you look like." But what? Since when?
He was also a little rude when they were packing up their stuff.
What? What did he say?
When Jasmine was like, well, I guess I'll be like, we're starting over. And he was like, well, it's not really like starting over. I mean, this was only 2 months. We didn't
Oh, he
have
tried to
kids.
downplay it like it was
Yeah,
nothing.
I didn't
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. He tried to act like it was no big deal, like it's nothing to him. Like, oh well, it wasn't any significance to his life,
Yeah,
essentially.
I'm like, you got married.
I know. Like they're
He
actually
said,
having
"Oh
like
my
getting
gosh."
divorced. Like they're getting divorced. So you like tell people I've been divorced before. It's a thing.
Mm-mm. And he was like, you gonna let me, can I come visit Duchess? You're not
No.
gonna come visit this dog.
Well, I saw in the previews. Apparently, he did.
Because of the show. Because they're still filming.
I would have been like, no, for what? You didn't even like the
Right.
dog when she was here.
Exactly.
Yeah, that whole fake storyline is annoying.
Very, very annoying.
Well, I don't know what MAFS has in store later on, but this wasn't it, MAFS. This was not it at all.
Don't go back to Nashville no more.
So we'll see
They're
what
supposed to
comes
be in
up next.
Chicago again, is what I heard.
Again, they did Chicago before?
Yeah, it was a while ago, though.
Oh. I
Like,
wonder
it was
what deal.
before they started having them move into a mutual space, I think.
Why don't they go to Florida? They be hitting on Florida. Even though Florida's a little crazy right now, I can understand. But they don't have any in Florida? They never do Florida?
Not too many shows. Oh, Ready to Love is done Miami.
Golly.
I feel like they've done most major cities. They haven't done New York.
Oh, I feel like that would be a lot.
Probably,
People
but
from
I
New
wonder why
York
they haven't
are a
done up there.
lot. They haven't done like New York, Baltimore, like have they done any California places?
Just San Diego.
Yeah, they got San Francisco, they got Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's like they haven't done any of like the major cities.
Like the popular maybe urban cities?
Well, I guess Chicago is a pretty
Oh yeah.
major city. Mm-hmm.
They've done like the quiet aside from Chicago, like the quiet towns. Like people here are a little bit more chilled. Maybe they feel like they're a little bit more well mannered. I don't know. Because one place they don't need to do is Miami, and I doubt they would come back to Atlanta after that hot mess. That was a mistake.
Oh, Chris and Paige.
They were like, "Oh, we gave it a chance. We tried to branch out. No, let's go back
They
to
should
this."
do Austin. I feel like a lot of places have they've filmed in Austin lately.
I feel like Austin is such a young crowd.
No, I think there are people in their 30s there too.
I guess when I think
I
of
mean,
Austin,
outside of the
I just think
college.
yeah, I just think of such a young. Have they done any college towns?
No, I don't think so.
Stay weird, Austin.
Well, that's all I got for MAFS season. I don't know what this is.
Yeah, that's it.
17?
So disappointing. Maybe next time. Maybe I'll get it right. Put me in the game, coach. I want to be the matchmaker. They're not asking the right questions. They're not doing the right evals. That's the problem.
Yeah, they just need to. We keep saying they need to regroup because y'all about to lose some faithful watchers.
For real. For real. Like, get it together.
I'm gonna move on over to MAFS UK.
Get it together. Well, we'll be back with when another show comes out. If you know of any, let us know. Let us know what shows you would like us to review. Right. Until next time. Bye. Bye.